Yeah, no. I'm like friggin' my I know of okay, so every woman that I've been with that I can think of had a father who did that to their mother. Who wound up cheating on their mother, in some way or another. And multiple I've known multiple. Yes, okay, so there's people here who have
dad flew out a girl from Idaho and spent the night in a hotel with her.
Yes, that is common. Shit. That is common. And so when I'm saying, like, you know, somebody tried to kiss me and I dodged it, I should get a fucking stadium standing ovation. Just because that's like something that's something that men go through a lot of times, but they're suckers. Men think with their dicks, and I, for some reason, have the ability to think outside the dick.
You're like very sensitive to the concept of like
that. And let's just be clear about something. I was trained via a poly relationship how to deal with this kind of stuff. So like when I was out there in a poly relationship, cuddling and massaging and whatever, I learned how to deal with people who are trying to seduce you. So
So the thing is, Sam is insistent upon.
Sam would love to wipe her hands of this because it doesn't look good for her at all.
So she's saying that she thinks that she didn't try to kiss you and that it was misinterpreted. And let's say you're even telling
her lips were misinterpreted on the side of my head.
I don't want to word it like you're lying. I'm not saying that. It's just that you both have stories that are a little different, so it's hard to follow.
Well, let me put it to you this way. Lainey was here. And Lainey saw how that person was acting. In fact, my aunt was here a couple days ago, and she said that she told my mom that Sam, when they were around Sam, had these. She actually described it oddly. She said they were cow eyes. I think she meant doe eyes, but she said cow eyes while looking at me. Like she was just like obsessed or something like that. And my aunt told my mom, "Hey, this girl is trouble." And then my mom said to my aunt, she said, "Don't worry about it. Lainey's a smart person. She'll handle it." And my mom calls Lainey she.
Okay, so the thing is, what Sam is saying.
I'm telling you that everybody around observing saw what was happening.
Right. So you know best. Sam was saying that.
And Sam is the one who got kicked out for doing this. Like I don't.
Yeah.
But of course, no. But of course, she got kicked out for no reason. Sure. Okay.
Yeah. So, well, the thing is, Sam is saying that. So, like, Lainey told me I got kicked out because of hugging him, saying I missed him, and saying I had a dream that I was pregnant with his kid, but never said anything about a kiss. So.
Yeah, I was actually trying to keep her not completely damaged.
Okay. Yeah, I get that. And she's saying that, or Sam is saying that this happened like a week into her staying there, so she doesn't get why, if that's why she was staying, why was she not kicked out sooner if that's the reason?
Because she very clearly confirmed that she had done what she did when she said that's a little twisted when I accused her of trying to kiss me. If somebody accuses you of trying to kiss them, you immediately deny it if it's not true. But she was like, that's a little twisted, and I was like, wow. Okay.
Right, but she's saying why, if that's the case, why did she?
For instance, if somebody accuses me of trying to kiss somebody, I will immediately say that's fucking false. But if I say that's a little twisted, what? Like, okay, so like for instance, if Becca's hanging out with me and Becca says, "Oh, Greg tried to kiss whatever," I would immediately I would immediately get extremely offended because I'm married and currently not poly. Just because of her own
Greg,
issues.
you weren't supposed to tell anyone about this.
Shut up, Becca. Shut up. It was 3 times, Becca. God.
4 actually.
Get over it. Anyway.
What you have to
get. No, but I was just amazed that.
You?
Huh?
She's agreeing that she hugged you, but not that she tried to kiss you.
Of course, who would admit to trying to kiss a married man? No one.
A slut? I don't know.
Oh, she's not a slut. Don't say that.
I don't think she is. I think she's really whatchamacallit. I think she's controlled. I think she's controlled by her body, and she's not thinking clearly. She's just going.
Well, I think she really cared about you. I think she still admires you. She still says she cares about you. She's just confused though, because you and her have both said that like she was only there to be a camera person. Like you said that. She said that, but then after.
Okay, so why was she telling me about dreams that she had where she was pregnant with my child?
I'm gonna put it this way.
She was being honest. Well, Becca, 1 second, just because I saw this. No. So just 1 sec. So she was saying that, like, I agree. She told you that thing. I take that as just her being honest, kind of candid, and maybe a little naive. But I understand why you took it. Like, what?
But there was an obvious attempt at a hug, dude. Or sorry.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But I think where it's a little confusing is. So you remember how after she left, you were saying you and Lainey realized like you would never be poly with her? We're confused because I thought she was only supposed to be a cameraman. So why is that relevant? Is it just because of her trying to kiss you?
It's relevant in the sense that when she said that, you know, she was happy with the idea of being pregnant with my kid. I wasn't sure if Lainey would one day be attracted to this person and that comment would be valid and fine or terrible. And then it was obvious that Lainey would never be interested in this person. And so I was like, well, we can't continue to coexist like this if this is in fact Lainey's interest. In other words, someone comes here as a cameraman and then they say, oh, I had a dream where I was pregnant with your baby and I was happy about it. And you're like, maybe you're not trying to be my cameraman or just my cameraman. And I'm like, well, let it slide until Lainey indicates that she's there, clearly not interested, and they clearly
at the end of the day,
interested.
you have like agency over your own body. You decide what's going to happen in your own house. So
I mean, that's not true at all. I have control over my body, but my household is a different thing.
Oh, well, not your house. I guess what I mean is like you're going to decide whether or not like somebody's going to do you. You know what I mean? Like even if Sam tried to make a move on you, you have every right to
manpower. Yeah, lucky me, right?
But I guess even still, I would say why. So the reason you're saying it matters that she would never be considered as poly to Lainey, like were you considering her as being poly?
No, not exactly. It was the fact that we start out with I think I'm trying to remember. There was a day where she got really upset and was like really closed off to everybody. Oh god, I remember what it was. I told her, I can't actually reveal the exact subject because it involves family or whatever, but I told her not to behave a certain way towards family, and she got really, really offended because I was saying that, you know, she did something, she may have swatted at a family member at one point. It was just, I don't want to blow it up. I actually didn't tell Lainey this yet, but yeah, she did because I just now remembered it. But no, there was a moment where a family member may have done something pretty innocent, and she swatted at them, like attempted to strike them or whatever. And I was like, I had to have a talk to her about it, but the talk involved me saying, hey, don't gasp when they fall or whatever, like, because that will upset them or whatever. And she got really upset. And like really shut down and everything. So she had this huge thing where she got all upset, and then she basically hung out in her room quite a bit after that. Yeah, and then that's when she came down later on and hugged me from behind, which I guess she denies now. But she hugged me from behind. She hugged me from behind and said, "I miss you." And I'm still creeped out that she got so upset over the swatting the hand or whatever. Or not, it wasn't swatting the hand. I'm mixing two events. The swatting the hand thing I barely addressed because I was trying to avoid it in general. But the other thing I was talking about, don't gasp or whatever, when somebody falls because it could scare them. Anyway, so that was kind of like freaking me out, and then she did the hug thing, and I was like even more, grossed out by this because I don't like being hugged and told that someone misses me right after they have an issue they haven't resolved with me. So. It was that it did like the attempted swat at a family member and the awkward hugging and the I miss you and the attempted kiss and the saying that she would be happy if she was pregnant with my baby. And it's a huge list of things that I was letting kind of pile up so I could actually have a justified reason to have this person leave.
So sometimes, like from one situation, there are going to be people perceiving it in very different ways. So I remember Sam talking about this whole noise thing freaking her out, and like you getting upset with her or something, and like blah blah. I think that's just something in the past that's very like particular, and neither of you need to like. I feel like it's like a private issue, maybe having to do with your family that like she didn't want to talk about too much, and she was just saying like she thought you were mad at her.
Well,
and
here's the thing: we're talking about an issue that I have nothing to gain from, and she has everything to gain from. Okay, like she has everything to gain from trying to make herself look innocent. I don't really have much to gain from making her look guilty. So
wait, what do you mean she has everything to gain by looking innocent? Like what does she?
Because right now people think that she's a lot of people, including my spouse, think that she is a attempted homewrecker and a person who is of low morals and would actually try to ruin someone's entire life because of her own physical desires or whatever. And so she's trying to distance herself as much as possible from that concept because she got caught red-handed. So like
do you also
I'm not
that?
For instance, I'm not making videos about this. I'm not necessarily getting a lot of Twitch views or anything like that out of this. There's like nothing that I'm really gaining out of this other than simply sharing what happened because this other person is now spreading false information about what happened. So
yeah, but there's always
what I'm saying is you got to look at the person with incentive to lie, and she has every reason to say that she wasn't feeling this way because of course she's
this is what I'm saying about the he said she said thing. To be honest, if you took the decision now to just never talk about it again for a couple, probably like maybe towards a week, 2 weeks, you'd probably carry on talking about it, but eventually it'd dwindle off and people lose interest. Lose interest.
I'm not necessarily discussing
to gain. So
I'm not necessarily discussing, you know, anything old per se. This is all typically, or for the most part.
No,
this is new. Oh my God, Becca.
Sam was done talking. Sam was done talking. Like in her stream, she would just like be.
She went on an hour rant at least yesterday, so we're just dealing with that.
Yeah. So what happened was before that, she was like done talking about it. She was looking happy. Her life is turning around. We were like, yay, good for Sam. And then she watched the video with Greg and Lainey, and Greg just explained that like, so he made a comment that was like, oh, I straight up tell on hoes to Lainey.
Yes, hoes plural.
Right, but you know that includes Sam. That's still calling her.
Yes,
hoe.
I think Sam is a total hoe for attempting to kiss me. Yes.
Okay, but to be fair, anyone if you call them a name, you're gonna defend yourself. And
what?
You know.
Oh, well, that's stupid. If you a hoe, you should admit that you're a hoe. Like seriously, watch Chris Rock rant about women, and it matches perfectly with how women are. A lot of guys will look at someone's girlfriend and they'll be like, "Man, I want a girl like that." And if a lot of girls will look at someone's boyfriend and go, "Man, I want that guy right there. I'm gonna take him." That's how women are. A lot of women are like that, and that's just Sam doing exactly what women typically do.
Right, but to put her in a box like that, like I get it from your perspective. It's
of course. Sam is not your typical woman. Sam's a special case who is totally not like that at all. No way. So if I actually didn't turn my head when she attempted to kiss me, yeah, no, she would totally be not a total hoe.
So Greg, did you give her any, and this is me genuinely asking, like, did you give her any indication that like you had any feelings for her, or that like you would be there for her in a way that was beyond
I gave more. I gave a greater indication of feelings to my friend Tony, who I've told that.
I give an interjection?
What I'm saying is my friend Tony. I tell him I love him. And I actually hug him. I hugged Sam, but I never tell Sam I loved her because I didn't think that it was quite appropriate.
Can I interject here on how women's minds work in terms of
your friend Tony knows that you're never going to be.
Not all women are the same.
Tony's gay, okay? Exactly, Tony's gay.
Right, but Tony knows that you have no intentions of sleeping with him. Now, with a woman, I've had men that thought that I was into them when I was just being kind to them. You know what I'm saying?
You got it. Okay, dude, seriously. You were so desperate to not pay attention to what I've said. Okay,
I'm listening.
We're talking about an attempted kiss. We're talking about wiggling on my lap. We're talking about someone saying they're glad that they had a dream that they were pregnant with my baby, all while in the house of my spouse, who they were well aware did not like her. Increasingly, did not like her. And we're talking about someone. We're talking about someone who was also caught giving me doughy eyes, etc., by other family members who are outside parties. What I'm saying is, this person is open and closed a hoe, and that's why they're not here anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Now, here's what I want to interject on that in terms of...
what else could they possibly do? I mean, on top of that, to make them more of a hoe. I don't understand.
Push and listen. Now, here's what insight I can give into on how cisgendered women's minds works. Because obviously there's a lot of people that don't fit to this, and I think it's a generalized thing, but it's definitely something that is present in the majority of female culture. When there's a male who does what you do, Greg, you're very like, when people, now I know you're baited a lot by haters ask about shit, and I'm not saying you're at fault at all. It's something that I think is a really stupid thing in women culture. When a guy goes, oh, this person's really cool, this person's great at this person's great at that. There's this big green light in a woman's head that goes, oh my god!
Yes!
And when you'd go, Sam's okay looking, oh my god, he thinks I'm cute. Like, this is, and it is.
Here's what's funny. Here's what's funny is Lainey actually. Lainey has this thing. Lainey has this thing where they question, you know, whether or not I'm attracted to other people or not. And Lainey suspected that I might be attracted to this person, and I was like, no, dude, I'm not into them like that. I'm into you like that. So like, it was really interesting trying to convince Lainey that that's not how things work. Just
Well, I
because.
get why Lainey was worried.
Just because.
Sam
Just
is
because, like, for
neutral.
instance, okay. So let me put it this way. This is something that kind of like, all right. So I had this ex-girlfriend that Lainey and I both dated, and what she would do. What she would do is stare at me with the most loving eyes ever and just be so, like, just consumed by giving me attention and just making me feel great. This person would constantly give me that love, and I would feel amazing because of it. And give me those doughy eyes or whatever, like when I was editing on my computer, etc. Okay, that was a poly relationship, though. So this person was really loving to me in a poly relationship. Sam was more than the person I was actually dating as far as how much attention and affection. Sam would constantly call me cute or tell me I'm so funny or say I'm so handsome or whatever. Constantly. Okay, so,
but she considered you her best friend.
Sure. Okay, well, anyway, so the fact that she is with a poly person. What? Or you're talking about when I was 15 and I was with another person.
I'm just going off of your own reasoning that you.
No. You're talking about cuddling with another person. You jump subjects.
Well, I'm saying that you've equivocated like friendliness to giving hugs. With Maya, you said it's friendly. It can be friendly to give a hug. You said that it's so. You said you gave a platonic nude massage. You said that. You know what I mean? It's just confusing because like we don't understand your boundaries because. It's like
who is we? What are you talking about?
I was about to say who's we.
Are you on like a team of girls plotting against me or something?
No, I mean people.
You're like the team of evil exes, is like.
No, Greg, I've watched your videos for years and years and years, and like I'm just curious because like I feel like you grow up and change, so that makes sense. Yeah. I just don't know what's considered like inappropriate for you. Like that's why I'm confused about.
Well, let me put it to you this way: the justification I use to give someone a body massage was someone I was in a poly relationship with. Okay,
well,
if I was just friends with someone.
You said she was Lainey's girlfriend when that happened.
Yeah,
it was still poly, but it wasn't a full triad.
That's a poly relationship.
It was a v.
That's a
poly.
But
a V means that.
But I made it clear that I didn't want to be in a V typically ever. Like I think there was a couple times where I said, it's okay if you date this person, and then I would say, but there's a obvious me being included eventually kind of thing. So like, I would never want to be in a relationship where I'm never included because that's really disproportionate. And then I get half a person.
Yeah, and that's fair. That you're allowed to want what you want.
Thanks for the validation. I'm glad that I can want what I want.
I just thought that Lainey was
unless what you want is illegal.
I just thought
right.
Yeah, because a pedophile can walk in and go, "Thank you for telling me."
Why do we always jump to pedophile? Why don't we jump to like
we always jump to the extreme.
The cow inseminator or something.
Yeah, honestly, I'm sure Billy would appreciate this being in the past. I mean, that was a long time ago. Jesus. I'm just saying that like.
You're the only person who said that name. I just want to make that clear.
No, I know. I also,
so that was actually really ironic to pull someone's name into it while saying, "I'm sure they wouldn't like to be pulled into this."
I mean, we were all alluding to her.
That's what you just did. You just did
about.
that. Well, even so, like you're allowed to talk about your experiences, but when you start dropping names, that's when it's directly pulling people.
So I apologize for saying her name. We knew who you were talking about. I'm just saying, like,
yeah, but even when you know,
and I was only talking about them because you brought up a cuddling incident.
But this is what I'm saying. Greg said the word today, family member. Those of here with half a brain can put 2 and 2 together and make 7, but you leave it there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
you just
leave it in that space.
Right. I'm sorry.
you just leave it alone.
I'm getting comfortable with my speech. I guess the reason I brought that up was just because I watched Greg's videos. I just like remember what he says, so I get a little confused because I don't know what his boundaries are.
I think you're trying. I think you're trying to equate things that aren't equatable, like a poly relationship with someone, where you were all in bed with this. Like for instance, when you and your spouse are making out in bed with another person who you are physically touching in that whole incident, all in bed together, right? And you in that relationship, you almost like you literally are just about to do a thing where you are. Sorry, I'm drinking soda and burping. That's very flattering, I know. Anyway,
that's very healthy.
But in that 3-person situation where you're all in bed together, one person pulls out a sexual massager, okay, and then it actually stops there. It doesn't move forward. But one person pulls out a sexual massager, and neither person's like, "Hey, it's only me and her. What are you doing?" No, that doesn't happen. And that's why.
Well, sometimes it does in a
No. That's definitely not a situation where, you know, person A and person C are like supposed to be like completely and utterly, strictly non-sexual whatsoever, because of the fact that you're literally watching each other do sexual things in front of each other, and you're also touching each other, literally already touched each other physically and sexually. Okay. Yeah. So we're talking, and then you guys go say, but you're just friends. They were with Lainey, not you. Not really, dude. You weren't there. You weren't there. So when people say, "Oh, you cuddled with her," it's like, dude, we were like groping each other the night before in front of Lainey. Yeah, so like to say that this is some kind of like horrible, you know, crazy cheating thing is just bizarre, especially when the things I did alone with that person were far less than what I did around Lainey.
Yeah. It's not about I don't know if it's cheating so much as boundaries, because weren't Lainey's boundaries that like you like she was
right. But what I'm doing is I'm establishing the difference between this person and the person you compared them to, which was Sam. Sam does not deserve to be equated with somebody who was poly. Okay, Sam was always just a friend. So you were like trying to compare the things that happened to Sam as if it was like.
Well, that's fine. Yeah, I guess I'm just.
It's just not a valid comparison at all.
Well, I'm comparing the word you used the word platonic when you gave a body massage, so I'm thinking of the hug in the platonic sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that, but the wiggling was when they wiggled on my lap. That's not platonic.
Okay, well that's new information. So
I gave you that information repeatedly
before today.
Yes, I did before you even said that.
I've heard about it before today.
I haven't heard about it before.
Yeah.
Well, I shared the emails. I shared the emails with you. You knew about it.
I didn't read them. I felt kind of.
How did you not read them?
I felt like I was invading her privacy.
But here's the problem: you had to DM me to get those emails, requesting the emails. So you requested the emails, and you didn't want to read them.
Greg, read the DM. I never asked for her emails.
Oh, well, I don't know.
I never asked you to.
I didn't. I don't. I see. I put it to 7 different people. So
yes.
Yeah, what I said was DM me now if you want that, and I got a DM from you. So.
Oh yeah, no. I was saying please don't, please don't, just because it made me. I don't know. I didn't.
Why would you DM then?
I DM. Oh no, I DM.
Why'd you DM right when I requested to DM me if you wanted the emails?
No, I DM'd. So I DM'd,
that makes no sense.
So before you guys,
lo siento.
Sorry. Yeah, it's okay. Before you guys came in the chat, Greg and I were talking, and I just told him I'd sign private to tell him. So that's what I was just relaying a message from Sam. I wasn't asking him for DMs. I
think it's interesting that you function as a person who appreciates people's privacy, yet you actively, regularly coerce people into giving you private information through these arguments that you bring up.
Well, that's fair. What do you mean by what am I doing?
Coercion.
Yeah, you're basically seducing people into giving you certain things. Which is that? You're asking questions that beg for more information that is otherwise considered private, and yet you say that you respect private information while continuously encouraging people to reveal more information.
Well, no, I respect private emails and private texts. I'm going off of what was said publicly on stream.
The things, if you respect these private emails so much, why are you asking or why are you saying things that will trigger the call for more private information, which would be discussed in an email otherwise?
I'm not following. I asked you.
What I'm saying is an email is just like regular communication between people.
Wait,
what I'm saying is you're like, well, why did you think that this wasn't platonic or not platonic? And that's obviously asking me to explain more in depth about the personal relationships between people. So you're asking for more. You're asking in your investigation, in your inquiry, you are asking for more private information, and yet you say you don't want private information.
Okay, and I apologize. The reason I'm doing that is
in other words, you shouldn't ask questions anymore.
Greg, let us speak.
So what happened was...
Well, thank you. I feel like that's pretty open and closed.
What happened was Sam shared her perspective, and it's like not lining up with your... You don't have to share anything with me you don't want to.
It's definitely not gonna line up. It's definitely not gonna line up. Stop. It's definitely not gonna line up. I'm responding to what she said.
Do it.
I'm responding to what she said.
Can I finish a sentence, please? So I understand why you're upset. And I'm sorry if it feels like I'm trying
to... I'm
upset?
Greg! Am I upset?
I'm sorry if I'm coming off as like trying to coerce you or like manipulate you or anything.
No, I was just
intention.
pointing out that you have two sides. You have the side
Okay.
that tries to respect private information, and then you have the side that tries to get private information out of people.
Right, but you have to understand, I'm in this tricky space where it's like I care about Sam.
If you
but I also
cared,
am
if
trying
you
to
cared a
respect
super
where
lot,
you're
you
coming
wouldn't even partake because that
And
you know
I'm
that's
trying-
only going to incriminate Sam more because Sam's in a really hoe position.
Okay, but you're saying that, and do you see why I'm standing up for her? Because you're calling her a hoe. So like,
Okay,
if Sam were
the
my
information
real life friend,
information is totally out there. Like only a hoe tries to kiss a married man. Only a hoe. Okay.
Okay, and
only a hoe wiggles on a married man's lap.
Becca,
only
will
a
you ask
hoe.
him to let me talk. I like don't know how to like.
I don't know how you could paint that.
Hang on. Both of you quit. Both of you quit.
I don't know how you could paint that any other way.
Greg, don't interrupt
We're running
me. 'Cause
around in circles here.
Greg, don't interrupt me because I'll get a stiff.
I owe no one. I owe no one a lack of interruptions.
I will thwack your ass with the bad boy stick.
All
Push.
right.
Here's the thing.
I'm a married man. You can't do that to me.
I don't care. It won't be for your pleasure.
Oh god.
Anyway.
I just got. You just threatened to rape me. Oh my god. Anyway.
Anyway.
It's okay because you're a girl.
For the
It's
record,
okay.
I just want to say that I love Greg's plaid today. It's a very good look, and I think he should keep it.
Plaid?
Oh, I know, right?
No,
You
his
have a plaid?
new,
It's cute. I like it.
his
The
new
blue and pink plaid.
his new
So
shirt.
cute.
It's very good. It compliments him and everything. Good job. Now,
No one compliments.
I want to apologize if I was trying to coerce you. What I'm doing is just trying to like stand up for Sam in the sense that people are telling you she's saying things that she's not saying, and I watched her streams, so that's all I'm trying to do is like.
Okay, so to the people who saw the emails, do you feel it's open and closed or not?
I feel the issue, having seen the emails, is it's open and let's say we take the emails as fact. Now, there's a point of where you can't do that because obviously it's a written email written by two people that have, it's two people, not two fact makers. So let's say we take it as physical fact and there's no question about the thing. It's open, good, and closed, and I don't know why it's carrying on because, you're not living together anymore. It's not a...
It's because of the hour rant last night. That's why.
You're not cohabiting anymore. No. Forget talking about the rant. Talking about the rant's fine. In fact, there's more issues coming off the issue. You're not cohabiting anymore, and the physical. There's no more problems going to come from the situation because everything is now out there. Correct?
Yeah, I think everything's out there. I mean, all the stuff that I gave, or most of the stuff that I gave, was new information, just to really bring it home.
That's fine. When I asked earlier, I just wanted to know why we were talking about it, because if it was a pointless rant, I was going to hit people with the bad boy stick.
Oh yeah.
This is the way you guys saw how I handled this in the beginning. I was like, I don't want to talk about it. Sam's cool or whatever. She can go do her thing, and let's not bring it up anymore.
Don't believe
And then
in people.
Sam would take the smallest.
Interrupt me.
And then Sam would actually. You technically interrupted me. I wasn't done yet. And then Sam would take the smallest thing that I said and then start blowing that up. And so then I have to respond to the blow up, and then she would blow up even more over the smallest things. Like one comment in a video saying, I deal with hoes. She makes an hour rant and it,
What is this?
Here's the thing. I'm stupid with women, but I'm not so stupid that I don't know what Sam was doing in hindsight. And looking back, it was so obvious what Sam was trying to do, and that was definitely destroy this household and definitely be a homewrecker. So because of that, I can't help but feel like this is a really inexcusable thing. And when Sam tries to say, oh, I wasn't doing this or that, it's like, dude, just stop. Like, seriously, just stop. You did what you did, and it's time to just move on. But she'll try to defend herself and try to make it look like she came up with this thing where apparently I was told, Lainey said that Sam said that I was trying to ruin the friendship that she could have with Lainey. But the problem is that Lainey started out with her in code orange, and then it moved to red pretty quickly because Lainey immediately knows that women who come around me typically want to do or try to do stuff with me. And that's because they're of this fan position or whatever, Sam was in. And when they're clearly a fan of me and barely paying attention to Lainey, yeah, it's pretty transparent.
Oh,
When you
I want to
said
hit you
the
over
whole
the head with a
comment
shovel
in
and bury you.
Lainey's video, you weren't even directly referencing
Yeah, I know.
Sam. So
But you notice how
if
she
the
immediately.
shoe
But you
fits,
notice how
if
she
she wants
immediately
to
got
act like the shoe
defensive.
fits.
It's kind of like when someone says, "Hey, stupid," and you turn around. It's like, yeah, you heard that comment and you thought, yeah, that could be me they're talking to.
Okay, but Greg, can I just if somebody called I'm not saying I'm anywhere near as close to Sam as you are with Lainey, but I'm just saying you didn't tell Lainey that Sam was moving in, so of course Lainey was upset.
What? No. Here's the thing with Lainey is I'll say something to Lainey and Lainey won't actually register it. and vice versa. Lainey does it to me all the time, where Lainey says something's gonna happen, and then like Lainey and I had this conversation in the shower. I was like, dude, I told you, and Lainey's like, yeah, well, you know, I didn't understand it that way, so.
But it was clear Lainey didn't really.
No. I said that I was gonna bring a cameraman over, and that they were gonna be a permanent cameraman. I was like, Lainey, how did you not understand that?
Well, so you're telling me that Lainey didn't understand it, right?
I'm gonna throw this out there.
I'm saying I
camera man. I'm gonna throw that out there.
A camera woman is called a cameraman, dude.
True. No. I know.
But Greg,
and also, Lainey knew I was talking about that person when I said cameraman.
Oh, okay, that's different.
Yeah, like I repeatedly made it clear that I was going to bring someone out to be a permanent cameraman. I don't know if Lainey assumed that she was going to sleep in the doghouse or something like that, but
right. I don't know if you're on Lainey's private like boundaries with each other, but are you surprised that she was threatened by an attractive young woman? Like
I don't think Sam's attractive though. That's the problem. You say attractive young woman.
But objectively, she is attractive.
I think that she is. I think that she makes an attractive L from Death Note. That's about it.
Are you telling us something about UNL from Death Note?
Sure. Why not?
Are you L-sexual?
I just look at
Are you kidding? Who isn't L-sexual though?
Like, I'm not. I like my man upright.
I like
light. He's enough himself narcissistic.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Sam that kind of.
No wonder I'm into other
Sam
people.
said that Lainey was super upset and it caused a big fight, and that's awkward. And they had a blowout about you guys moving her in. Like, this is everything she said. I'm just the messenger. Please don't kill me.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of private information that you were spreading to more people.
Well, I'm sorry. She's telling you.
I'm just pointing out you are no warrior of privacy. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, I'm not a warrior of privacy.
It seems very gossipy.
Are you being given this information with direct instructions to go and give this to people? Like, even to Greg. But to Greg or to all of us?
To all of you right now. Sam's talking to me.
What?
She's very upset.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
You're not a messenger, you're a microphone.
I so want you to get the fuck out of Discord if you're talking to Sam right now. That is the cringiest thing. Why is Sam directly talking to... I don't want to have a conversation. Can you go? Can you leave Discord? This is so gross.
Dude, I can, but she messaged me.
Wow.
How do
messaged me.
I'm going to temporarily mute you because this is creepy. Okay, cool.
You've just self-muted indefinite. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That is just, that's so, I don't want to talk to Sam. She's talking.
She's a message about this. Like I was.
I don't want to talk to Sam. I feel so gross that I've been talking to Sam without knowing it.
That's what I said. You know, when I said, why are we talking about this? And you were like, we're doing it because of this. And I'm like, yeah, but why is this, like, continuing? It's still going. And it's still going. And it's still going. Why are we still talking about
I just got so creeped out, dude. Like, physically creeped out when she said she was directly talking to Sam. Can you guys imagine if I did that? If I was going to Sam's stream and I was talking to Sam through a person, that is so creepy.
I don't like this.
Hang on. I'm just trying to say something.
I was literally mid-messaging you about this because I was given a forewarning that that's what was going on, and I just came into
but that is so
voice
creepy.
chat and saw what was going on, and I knew.
I hate that. I'm physically reacting. Like I'm physically repulsed by that. That is so.
Are you okay?
I'm so sorry. I was trying to give you a heads
I have
up,
never. I don't
and
think
then
I've
it was
ever
too late.
had that. The closest thing I had to that was, get this, I was I think like 13 or something, and this girl called me and asked me to rate this other girl out of 10, which is funny that I would still be rating people out of 10. And the other girl was listening on the phone, and I didn't find out till like the next day that she heard me rate her out of 10, and I gave her like a 7, and she was so upset. And I was just like, I'm sorry, I just was giving my honest opinion, and she like never talked to me. But it's just like, why would you do that? Why would you?
I don't.
Anybody? Okay, so that is
really bad. I was seriously messaging you about this. I'm so sorry.
I can't believe that just happened. That is so.
I I knew
so
about that. Like, I was just made aware of this situation. That's why I was messaging you, and then it's like, oh, I am way too late on this right now.
Oh my
She did
God.
say a while ago, like that.
But that's super creepy to ask somebody to communicate with someone else through them who you know doesn't want to talk to you. Because if I wanted to talk to her, I'd respond to her. I'd respond to her emails, but I don't want to talk to her. And Lainey indicated that they don't want to talk to her. So anyway,
I'm so sorry.
I think if I was Sam, I would give you some space.
You think?
Yeah. Like, because it's a little bit weird that she's trying to get to you, like, through literally anybody.
That is sad.
It's technically harassment.
Why am I still on fire? GTA spawns me on fire.
Lol.
Lit.
Why is this
I'm just now
happening?
seeing this.
So bad.
I keep getting spawned on fire.
It's okay.
Greg, I don't know whether you want to, but like for the fact that she physically can't speak for herself right now, she said before many people were here, she said to you that Sam was messaging her.
No, she said that she was like actively talking to her. Though. She, like when you say, "Oh, so and so is messaging me," you assume that they got an email or something from them, not that they're actually live chatting them.
Okay. Blasian in the Twitch chat says your lobby's hacked and that's why you're spawning on fire.
Oh, so is someone getting kills then for this?
I have no clue.
Roll on the ground. I don't know.
I am so confused.
Yeah, everybody's dying because they're getting on fire. Sorry, they're talking about Grand Theft Auto server.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not like Discord is hacked.
I just spawned and I'm on fire.
Like everybody's dying or leaving.
Everyone's on fire.
Find a new server.
This is really terrible.
The server has become literally lit.
It's just been. All right. Yes. Okay. I left the server, so we're good.
Yeah, just rejoin a new one.
Oh god. Why do I feel so gross? I feel so grossed out. That's so weird.
Oh god, I don't know.
Does anyone want to talk about a recent? Does anyone want to talk about a recent pap smear?
What the fuck?
Don't even talk about those things.
Jesus Christ.
You know what?
I can't even have one until I'm 21.
They're
Wait,
so
what?
invasive.
Tito, I love you, but I really don't want to be the messenger right now. I don't want to get in the middle of this.
I always feel so violated.
You want to make me cringe more?
No, It's
I only have so many cans of LaCrux.
Because the problem is when you're being a messenger, you're giving something that's been previously given to you. When you're giving messages, like having messages and then repeating them, you become a microphone, and I ain't being a microphone.
Hey, you guys, look.
What?
How does I say that?
Look at what?
There's a fire burning in the air.
There's a fire burning in the air. Okay.
Daylight come and they bombed your
home. I know it now. I went and listened to it.
Yay!
Booty Slayer would love this. Booty Slayer likes glitches.
I had that on
I
my
love it.
phone, and somebody told me I better change it because if that goes off in public, I'd be getting a lot of bugs.
I think Nova's currently looking at drag shows. She's being queen.
Yeah, I think
Pearl and Shangela are going to Iowa.
Yeah, because I was gonna chat with her, but she is busy.
Well, that was toxic. That was terrible.
I don't think there was much point to deafen her. She's listening on Twitch though, Greg.
Hey, that's fine, but don't talk to me. Ew.
Yeah.
Ew.
She did say earlier on that she was messaging Sam, like.
Yes, we already established that. Like, it was assumed that it was emails, not live chat with me. Because if someone's live chatting you, then they're literally trying to have a conversation with me through you, and that is creepy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The difference between messenger and microphone.
It's gross.
It's cringy.
I don't like it.
I don't like it. I don't like it either. I would like to be know that someone is live chatting you, like actively having a conversation.
She did imply that, like she was live chatting.
Okay, I never heard live anywhere.
It was a misunderstanding.
I never heard her say, "Hey, so and so is literally talking to me, literally right now, as you talk to me. I am literally saying, what they're saying through you, but through me."
But like when I say that I'm talking,
that's why I was wondering. That's why I was wondering why she was. That's why I was wondering why she was still arguing, because I was like, dude, I thought I already covered the points, and then it's clear the reason that she was still arguing is because there's some people who just don't want to admit that they were being a total hoe. That's all.
Yeah. Here, I'll put the logic of this in terms of the conclusion of this language. When you're saying you're seeing someone, you know what that means. If that's a US thing to say, when you're seeing someone, you say you're dating someone. You're not literally currently seeing them with your eyeballs.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a fair analogy. But I just assumed that they were talking about like emails or like last night on Twitch or whatever, talking to them, not literally talking to me. Because I don't want to.
Yeah, you have to make that distinction.
I don't want to talk to Sam. So. Like, there's a reason I don't want to talk to Sam, because Sam became very cringy very quickly. Like, I wanted to end on good terms, but then Sam kept going on rants about it and stuff, so... Whatever. Anyway. So, I am actively finding gangbangers and beating them to death with my bare hands.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, was there anyone here who voted on the Uh-Oh Bro poll?
There's a poll. I'm gonna go check that out right now.
Yeah, Greg, I don't see shit anymore since you're not on Twitter.
It's on Patreon. There's an Uh-Oh Bro poll.
Oh, okay. I will see it on Patreon.
Of course, I'm gonna say the first one.
Yeah, I feel like the next Uh-Oh Bro will make you guys very happy based on your vote.
I will have a look in a minute.
But the problem with like having no limitations is you really gotta monitor yourself, because society will shut you down.